Right, we're gonna get this in just before it's dark. So yeah, I had a lesson today with the guys at Serengeti again. Now, I see Doug Wood, who's like the head coach, but also see Nicole, who works closely with Doug, who's also a really, really good coach. And my lesson today with Nicole was great, and I think there's just one thing that I want to share that's it's almost like a bit of a breakthrough, and my ball striking was really good after it. So before we get into it, I just want to show you two swings, front on, down the line, and there's like a very subtle difference between these two. We'll keep this interesting. Just watch these two swings and let me know in the comments if you can see any difference, or you probably can see difference, but let me know what you think I'm trying to do with these two swings. All right, so I'm going to pause it, write a comment if you want. If not, I'm going to tell you right now. Okay, so the thing that we've changed or modified is, so after lesson one, it was just club face and grip, my right hand being more on top, which is a more natural place for my right hand to be. Not everyone's going to grip the club the same. Some people, it's going to feel natural, like weak, strong left hand and exactly the same right hand. But for me, it was a strong left hand grip and a weak right hand grip where the clubs are more on top. That way I've got more club face control. Along with that, last time we did this drill where, because from long drive, I'm pretty sure this all stems from long drive, I'd have the tendency to get a bit in here and then really high with the hands, and that sort of gets me out of sync, and then the club drops and everything moves at a different speed, and it's very hard to match everything up. A drill that they gave me was to just swing to the top with the left hand, and that gets the club on a way better plane, and I was using that this week in my pre-shot routine. So it's not like a swing thought, it's just a feeling. So swing the club to the top, put the hand on the grip, and swung through from there. The thing that we added today, so from long drive, I've had the tendency to swing to the top, and because in long drive you're trying to create as big an arc as possible to generate speed, I have this excess travel, so I'll swing to the top, and then my arms will keep going. And what that does, if your arms keep going independently of the rest of your body, well, for me anyway, I then get out of sync and my sequencing is really bad. So I'll swing to the top, get a bit loose, and then my hips will start, the hands then drop, everything's out of sequence. And that's why, especially with driver where it's more exaggerated, I always struggle to find balance. And that's why you always see me with driver swinging and then like stepping off of it. I never finish in a nice like solid position with driver. So what we added in today to go with the feeling of, getting the club back in a good place is just almost like feeling like I'm just pausing before starting the transition. And what that does is it stops this and gets me in a much more solid position. And you'll see from some of the swings that I've made here, driver and irons, especially driver, like this looks so much more solid than it has done in the past. It's definitely like the best my golf swings ever looked. I actually looked back at a video that I filmed at Exminster Golf Range before I come out here, and it looks so much better. And I'm not really feeling like I'm getting too technical, which is great, and that's what they're about. Doug and Nicole, it's not like get bogged down on technical stuff. It's almost like they do the hard stuff, dissecting the movements and what I'm capable of, and then they give me really simple things to feel, and that way I can take it to the golf course, add it into pre-shot routine, add feelings, and it's just way easier to perform. So just to add as well before I go, Hardy does. And she also gave me some other skills and stuff, which I'll probably go into more detail with at some point, because she said, look, your action's pretty good, you just need to keep it in check. It's just really now working on skills in practice and practicing in the right way to, essentially perform better on the golf course. The last thing, pitching. So it's hard to do this with a 6-iron, I'll show you the 6-iron, but my pitching last week was so bad, and it probably cost me in the region of like 4 to 6 shots, because even on 18 in the first round, had 90 meters into into the par 4, and I was on this like grass, which is similar to this, but a bit more dead. And I caught it slightly heavy, plugged in the front of a bunker, absolutely dead, hacked it out to the back of the green, and then faced with a putt like this and made 6. All from 90 meters where you should be giving yourself a look for birdie. So what we focused on was, 1, getting the handle a bit higher, so there's more toe interaction with the turf. So those dunchy ones, those heavy ones are usually from when the handle's a bit lower, the heel digs in, the leading edge digs in, and you get those heavy strikes, so you've got a bit more leeway when the toe is a bit higher. That doesn't mean like standing like this, it just means literally raising the handle, which you'll see Steve Stricker do. He's probably the best at it. He's probably the best pitcher that's ever lived. And his handle is like this, and it's such a simple action, just turn. So that was a big thing. And the other thing, we did this really good drill, and again, this is all skill acquisition. We did this drill where she lined up 4 balls on tees of varying heights, and what you do is you're trying to nip the ball excuse me, you're trying to nip the ball off of the tee with like a 56-degree wedge, which is what I was using, and you're trying to not move the tee, and that trains low point control. So we did that a few times, then went in, and my low point control was just way better. Just some stuff that I got from the lesson today. Really felt like my game's come on a long way. In just 2 lessons, I'm going to be seeing these guys regularly, and I'm looking forward to it. So maybe there's some stuff there that you can take into your own games, maybe not, but I thought I'd share it. Round 2 from Waterkloof is coming tomorrow. It's going to be 18 holes, and we took some of your advice from the previous video in the comments, where you said you need to actually show us what's going on. So we've done whole, basically preview, a cutout from Up Game app, where it's an aerial view, and you can actually see what's going on the hole before I actually start rambling on and showing the shots. So that's coming tomorrow. Hope you're good. That's what I was signing out with. Hope you're good. Hope you're well. See you again. Cheers. I'm so shit at this. Anyway, hope you're good. See you again. Cheers.